Hey everyone, so you just fried another laser window, and now you're staring at a $200 bill from the supplier. Yeah, that happened to me last week. It's the worst when you're in the middle of a big job, and your protective glass just cracks, or gets so cloudy you can't see the beam anymore. I was ready to throw in the towel until I found these CO2 ZnSe laser protect windows on Amazon. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. These windows are made from zinc selenide, which is basically the gold standard for CO lasers because it handles the heat without turning into a cloudy mess. I've been using lasers for a while now, and I can tell you that the material of your protective window is crucial. You see, most standard glasses just can't keep up with the intense heat generated by these high-powered lasers. They either shatter, discolor, or become so cloudy that you can't even see the beam. But zinc selenide is different. It's specifically designed to withstand these extreme conditions, ensuring that you get a clear view of your workpiece at all times. I ordered the 90mm diameter, 3mm thick version, and it slid right into my lens mount without any fuss. The first thing I noticed was how crystal clear it stayed even after a full hour of cutting a 1/4-inch acrylic. No fogging, no scorching, just a clean view of the beam the whole time. I was impressed, to say the least. I've tried other protective windows in the past, but none of them have come close to the performance of these ZnSe windows. One of the biggest headaches I had before was the coating wearing off after a few jobs. You see, most protective windows have a coating that helps reduce reflections and improve transmittance. But these coatings can wear off over time, reducing the effectiveness of the window. These windows use a multi-layer anti-reflection coating on both sides, so the transmittance stays high and the surface doesn't degrade as fast. I ran a quick test with my power meter, and it's still showing over 99% transmittance after 3 weeks of daily use. That means I'm not losing power through the window, and my cuts stay consistent. Precision is another big win. The windows are lapped to a flatness of lambda 10, so there's no distortion when the beam passes through. I compared it side by side with a cheap window I had lying around, and the difference in spot size on the material was obvious. The cheap one scattered the edges, while the ZnSe window gave me a tight, clean cut every time. This is especially important if you're working with intricate designs or high-precision cuts. You want to make sure that your laser beam is hitting the material exactly where you want it to, and these windows ensure that happens. If you're running a laser cutter or engraver at 100 watts or higher, heat buildup can warp standard glass in minutes. ZnSe has a much higher thermal conductivity, so it dissipates the heat instead of absorbing it. I've pushed mine to 80 watts continuous for 45 minutes straight with no sign of stress. That's peace of mind I didn't have with the borosilicate windows I was using before. You see, when you're working with high-powered lasers, heat management is crucial. You don't want your protective window to become a bottleneck, reducing the performance of your machine. These ZnSe windows take care of that problem, allowing you to run your laser at high powers without worrying about the window failing. Installation is idiot-proof too. The 90mm diameter fits the common mounts I already had, and the 3mm thickness gives it enough rigidity without adding bulk. I swapped it in during a lunch break and was back up and running in under 10 minutes. No extra adapters, no shimming, just drop it in and go. I was impressed by how easy it was to install. I've had to deal with complicated installations in the past, but this one was a breeze. I also like that these windows come in different diameters, so if you've got an older machine with a smaller lens, you can grab the 80mm version and still get the same benefits. I keep a couple of spares in my drawer now because they're cheap insurance against downtime. You never know when you might need a replacement, and having a spare on hand can save you a lot of time and hassle. Now, let's talk about the downsides. The price is higher than standard glass, but when you factor in the cost of ruined acrylic jobs and emergency replacements, it pays for itself fast. All in all, if you're tired of replacing laser windows every few weeks, these CO2 ZnSe Protect windows are worth every penny. They keep your beam tight, your cuts clean, and your machine running longer without the usual headaches. I've been using mine for a few weeks now, and I can honestly say that it's been a game changer for my business. I've reduced downtime, improved precision, and increased productivity. And I'm confident that you can do the same. Link is below if you want to grab a set for your setup. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.